Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central SpotLight. I am Gil Ingles, and ladies and gentlemen, with me today, virtually directly from Chicago, is Diaspora's finest. This lady runs the boardroom, and currently she has a creative effort that is definitely creating a buzz in the community. Lotten B, or L10 GROUP LLC, is in the building. Lotten, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Thank you, Gil. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We've known each other for so long.
Indeed. Hey, I tell you one thing. I like the new branding that you got going on, the L10 Group LLC. I think that's catchy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's because whenever I tell people my name is Lotten, I literally say L-O-T
Right.
and the number 10.
Right.
So now I just put the L to make it easier and 10, right?
Yeah. No, it's definitely catchy. It's definitely on point, and I think unique also, right? Yeah, very creative. So how have things been going for you and for your company?
It's busy. L10 Group is, focusing on productions, both television and films. But also we are producing events. We're getting ready to produce an event at Navy Pier in Chicago for the African Festival of the Arts.
Okay.
It's a dance event called Back to Culture, Back to Tradition, a dance experience.
Yeah.
So, and that's featuring Afro beats, and just African dance. So, and now with the movie Hyde Park, that is, kind of bring a Nigerian American attorney, we're talking about the diaspora.
Indeed.
And then Imported Dreams, we kind of talked about Imported Dreams before, which is a syndicated television project that is celebrating and highlighting the accomplishments of immigrants in the U.S.
Yeah.
So we're definitely staying a little busy,
Yeah. No, but busy is good in this business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, busy is very good in this business. Now, one of the things that you do and you do well, of course, is actually managing your project. So let's kind of start with the rebranding. Why did you rebrand the company? Because I think the company name changed in the last few years, so it's just my impression.
No, it changed. My accountant advised me to change the name.
Okay.
But before it was called Lotten Productions.
Right.
And so, it's fine, but with L10 Group, it means that it's not just my productions or my events or whatever it may be.
Right.
Other entities can come under L10 Group.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
it's like a
you.
series. Yeah, exactly. So we can manage different types of activities or projects, under the brand.
Yeah,
L10 Group.
So now you have a bit more of an umbrella company that can accommodate
That's
others.
exactly.
Yeah, you know that I'm getting jealous now because I never got invited to take part on any of these projects. What's going on?
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely needing some help now, and so don't worry. We're branching out, out of Chicago. We're growing and growing,
right.
So we definitely are going to need, we're going to need you. Clearly, we need you. We're on the call right now too, as well.
Definitely, yeah, definitely keep us in mind. And you know what? I probably should take this opportunity to plug a friend of mine. A brother of mine. We grew up together. It's his name is Johnny Rosettos. He actually has an interview on Diaspora Central. You probably want to check him out at some point.
Okay.
Very good actor. Yeah, Johnny Rosettos. Yeah.
Rosette. How do you spell his last name?
Rosettos.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you definitely want to check him out because he's definitely someone that at some point you probably wanna have in one of your productions,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we are here, Diaspora Central. We're just plugging people in places. But hey, let's go into Hyde Park. Yes. Congratulations. In order. Yeah. Well done. I mean, the trailer is definitely promising. Yeah. Next level production. Next level writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely getting better.
Yeah. No, but that is good though. That is good. I mean, not that you were ever bad. I mean, goodness, on Skinned, you killed it. Right.
Yeah.
You raising the bar bit by bit, and you definitely going somewhere. And you definitely have become a trendsetter, and that's a good thing.
Thank you so much, Gil. All we're trying to do is just tell the stories, and luckily is being recognized by people Even with skin, I was invited to come to Essence Festival
Okay.
to talk about skin bleaching because of the movie Skin.
All right.
Apparently the executives there, the CEO and some leadership there saw the film or heard about me in whatever capacity,
Yeah.
and invited me to come down to Essence
Yeah.
and speak on a beauty panel about skin. And I talked about, skin bleaching and really trying to make sure that we all, accepted the various spectrum of beauty that we represent,
Right.
and stop trying to pinpoint that somebody is cute for a dark skinned girl or cute, even though they're darker, they're, decent,
Right.
so just trying to change that narrative.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then now with Hyde Park,
Yeah.
I mean, we're hitting the LGBTQ
Right.
our community, we're hitting deportation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're hitting that relationship between Africans and Black Americans, right? Like
Right.
trying to show that there have been some challenges, even though gratefully things are changing to where we can really unite and be together and understand each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
But still wanting to highlight some of the challenges that some people have had with trying to have a serious romantic, like marriage type relationship.
Yeah.
With our brothers and sisters that are, here in the diaspora.
Right. Yeah, which is one of the things that I kind of wanted to touch on, because I mean the trailer and the trailer well put together, because all of those highlights actually happen in the trailer. You can kind of tell exactly what that movie is going to consist of. But what is the conception of that? What exactly triggered that?
I was filming Skinned. I was in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I was really, sad. I was really frustrated. There's a lot of work, doing this production.
Yeah.
And I wasn't as experienced as I am now.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was personally having my own doubts about my skill sets and, being around people that are exceptionally seasoned.
Yeah.
I started doubting myself, and I was in the room crying, like, oh my God, I'm just going to go back to Chicago. Where, it's almost done. I'm done with this industry.
Yeah.
And I had this thought, to do a movie about, really, it was about the LGBTQ community, about how sometimes, unfortunately, in Africa, we shun them, we torture them, we have jailed them, and stuff. And I had some friends at the time. One is Muslim, he's Senegalese, and and his family has shunned him. So his father doesn't talk to him and stuff. And so
oh wow,
it just kind of made me feel so sorry that he's not able to be himself. And he was in a relationship with a woman, like literally, like trying to be with this person, and he finally came out, but I mean, that was after the movie. We already conceived the movie. So that was that. The romantic piece about the Black American woman that came in later on.
Okay.
Because my writer that I work with is Marvin Nelson, and he's Black American, and he was saying maybe we should talk about that too, because he has a friend that that is Black, and she was trying to marry this Nigerian guy, and his family members did not really like her. And so I was just like, absolutely, it's good to, we can add that as well, so that's kind of how they both came together. And we've been working on this story for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's gone through
that's a long time.
Many iterations, many changes.
Yeah.
We've had help from a lot of people. Just want to shout out Mel Jackson, from was Mel in Soul Food or what is he? Yeah, he was like, oh my God, he's gonna kill me. But I think he was in Soul Food. He's like this Hollywood, guy.
Right.
Mel has helped us with the script. We're all friends, and he's kind of blessed us with his skill sets. And then Mark, our director, kind of came in and shift, kind of, helped us a bit. So when somebody's a writer or director or producer, we have help. We have people that, support our efforts. Yeah. So even though I'm the face, I'm kind of promoting the movie, we had 120 people on this production.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big production.
It was big. It was a lot.
Yeah, that's a big production.
And so these people are all the actors, the crew, everybody really helping to make this into such a beautiful project. So yeah, sorry, I'm running off.
No, which is actually good because I mean you're looking at now running a big production, but you mentioned something. You said, well, you're the face, you're promoting the movie. Of course, I mean I think that's your primary vein. That's how you really initially kind of got started as a promoter. Everybody knew you as a promoter,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now with this shift on roles, how are you feeling?
It's honestly, I had breakfast with my director yesterday, and he was like, Lotten, you're the one that's going to sell this movie. You have to continue to promote this project, and you are going to be the face of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, the actors should be all, we're promoting paparazzi. It was like paparazzi, Van Vicker, and all these people.
Right.
And even with Skin, it's like Lisa Ray and Jasmine Burke. And, now with Hyde Park, it's like, wait a minute. What do you mean you want me to do the interviews? Or like, even with Skin getting invited to the Essence Festival, and I'm the one that's there talking about the movie.
Right.
It's a little difficult for me, to be honest with you. And I'm embracing it. I'm doing it.
Right.
But it's not easy for me to now go from behind the camera or being the promoter of our culture, of others, to now being, kind of the face.
Yeah.
But let me just say this. I did do a show called the Lotten B Show years ago when I was trying to put together a series to talk about
Indeed.
our diaspora experience, right?
Yeah.
So I had a brush with being in front of the camera.
I remember that. Yeah.
Remember and stuff. And so
that's actually when we met, because you came to Washington D.C. to do a piece on us while we were in the studio working on the soundtrack for I think was Paparazzi, the Iron.
It was for Paparazzi. Yeah, it was for Paparazzi. Yeah. So I've done on camera work, so I'm not afraid of being, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought like the actors or others would be in front of the project, in front of the camera with this movie. But, this is my baby and I'm doing everything I can. Like I'm telling you, I'm like hustling.
No, it's that is really great. And I mean, of course, you also have this movie actually opening in theaters in several cities, right?
Yep. Yeah. July 14th. It opens in theaters in Houston.
Yeah.
So Houston folks, Pearland, right?
Yeah, Pearland.
The lead actor, Kenneth Okoli, and the director, Mark Harris, are going to be at the first showing Thursday night.
Okay.
And then we have showings all day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the way how movies work is they do an opening weekend. Yeah. So if you do well, you continue.
There you go.
So please make sure you guys go watch the movie. If you can't go Thursday night, go Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
No, definitely. And I think that it will be well received. So, and just to give them a taste, let's go ahead and go into our first break and kind of run through the trailer so they can take a look at exactly what they're going to be enjoying on the day of the release. All right, so this is Diaspora Central Spotlight, and my guest today is Lotten B. So L10 Group LLC is in the building, showcasing their new movie that goes by the title of
Hyde Park.
Yes.
Eric, let's go.
David, Lola, thank you for joining us. Mr. and Mrs. Ding's son is fighting deportation because of an unlawful firearm conviction.
I don't know what got into my son. There has to be a reason for this.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
This case can make you a partner.
Things are looking pretty good for me.
We are Nigerians, so we expect the best from you.
I was attacked.
Go!
So I shot him in the leg.
They want to deport you back to Uganda.
I can't go back there because Tyler's my boyfriend.
This guy is about to be deported back to Uganda. And if he does, he's going to be killed. We can save Eric from experiencing this fate.
There was no justification for this young man's behavior.
Eric is gay. That was why the Uber driver attacked him.
Why is David so confusing?
You need to be with a Nigerian woman.
You're afraid they would disown you for falling in love with a Black American woman.
I'm in love with Lola.
Hey!
Sometimes we are faced with making decisions that change the course of our lives.
Get ready to man up.
Let's go save this guy.
And we are back. If you have just joined us, you're now tuned into the Diaspora Central Spotlight, and my guest today is Lotten B of the L10 LLC Group, or Group LLC, I should say. I'm here switching. Sorry. Sometimes I think in Portuguese and then I speak it and I say it in English, which is kind of always reversed. But anyway, Lotten.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Nice movie, definitely. Crazy trailer, a lot of aspects being touched in there. You know what, I was just out here thinking and trying to figure out a word that would describe, I guess, what you kind of do with your pieces. I don't know, there's a lot of activism there. Talk to us a little bit about that.
I didn't realize that that's kind of what's happening, but it's bringing light, to situations. I think, storytelling is really important to help people better open their eyes to others, right? So with skin, I want to talk about skin bleaching, but I didn't want to point the finger to say that somebody bleaching their skin is bad, right? Because they're doing it for there's reasons for that. There's insecurities. The LGBTQ community, nobody is saying, we're trying to understand the people, right? But we can't harm them because they're, I'm not in that community. I can't shun them or treat them badly because they're not part of me, right? A Nigerian guy being with a Black American, it's like culturally they have to understand this guy is the only son.
Right.
He has to carry his family's legacy, his family's name on. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult to do that with another culture, just to bring light to that.
Yeah.
So these are our realities, right? These are even in the movie, the accents of the people. There's one thing I want to point out, the kid that's being deported to Uganda, he's been in the States, but he speaks proper American English, right? Because he's been here since he was a kid.
Right. He was raised here, so.
He was raised here. So like the parents have a heavy accent. David, the lead character, he's Nigerian American. He's in America, but he still has this accent, so, and there's some Liberian characters there that speak proper English. And then one got a small accent there, So we're trying to show that we're not monolithic in any sense,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And that there's layers and layers of us, and just really just celebrating all of us.
No, definitely. And we got to figure out a word that would describe that type of activism, because you definitely showcasing something great, not only pertaining to the diaspora culture, because that's the one thing that I think a lot of times gets lost. Is like, especially lately with the uprise of Afrobeats, it's like as soon as someone hears you, it's like almost people are trying to use Nigeria as synonymous to Africa.
Afrobeats, right?
Right, or Afrobeats synonymous to African music, and there's still or jollof rice is synonymous to African food. I mean, there are a lot of diversity within Africa, and just within Nigeria. God, God knows that's one of the most diverse countries, I believe, in the world, right?
Correct.
One among one of the most populated also. But
absolutely.
Definitely. But let's kind of get on the opening. Of course, you opening in several cities, Houston being one of the cities. What other cities are you opening in?
Dallas at the Spring Valley location. We're going to be in Pennsylvania, Upper Darby there. So in Georgia, we have a couple of theaters there in Duluth, Georgia, in North Point, Indianapolis, in Indiana. So we're trying. We have about 7 theaters to open, and then we're working on Chicago as well.
Okay.
But ultimately, the goal is to get the word out, let people see it, start talking about the film, and then sell it. Right.
Yeah.
We just got the movie last month.
Right.
And so want to get it out, and then we're working on distribution as well, for our broadcast, digital, whatever the opportunities are there.
Right.
We want to get this film out to the world.
There you go. And I mean, and trust me, I think it'll be a lot easier also once he opens, because people then will definitely have something to push forward. Because and I tell you, I appreciate the vision that you bring in forward with your projects. I mean, it's definitely on point. You're definitely a trendsetter. And one of the other things that I kind of want to touch on is what is up and coming for L10.
First of all, we just finished a script, and it's called Enemies Closer.
Okay.
And this one is a psychological thriller that deals with the international African scam that takes place in London, and in the Middle East, in Asia, and now it's about to take place in Chicago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and this is like the blockbuster, like the cars, the shootings. I mean, it's like official. So I need millions. You know, so like this one is like when you talk about budget, like I need some serious budget for this next project. That's on the film side. Yeah. But on the television side, you know, we're looking to continue with Imported Dreams, where we're celebrating the accomplishments of immigrants in the U.S. So that's sports, entertainment, and business. Yeah. And that's a syndicated project where, you know, I mean, and this is not just Africans, right? These are Indians. This is a spectrum of immigrants that's come to the U.S. That we can celebrate and highlight, you know, and tell their stories, so we can see the similarities of people that come from Asia. The first series, the first show aired last quarter in 2021. Right. We feature somebody from Romania. Okay. We feature a young lady from China, and then of course Sherry Silver from Rwanda, the dancer that choreographed "This Is America," you know, with Donald Glover. Right. She was featured too as well. So we're going to rerun that show. But I'm excited about that project because I'm behind the camera and we get to talk to a lot of awesome people from all over Italy, from Europe, different parts of Europe, Brazil, you know, all that. So.
So you're capturing the global diaspora story, and that is necessary because you know that there has always been something that we have always not had in place. Is actually our stories documented. Right? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Now, a lot of people probably don't know this, and I just kind of want to capture a little bit of your background as far as your ethnic background. Talk to us just a little bit. Just give us a hint of exactly who Lotten is, where he's Latin from, and all that, so they can kind of get an idea.
So real quick, I'm typing you the website for the movies, so you can make sure to buy your tickets, studiomoviegirl.com. Okay. But I am from Liberia, West Africa. So Liberia is a very small country, you know, but we have about 4 million people. I left and came to the States before the war. Okay. And so, you know, a lot of people have experienced war. And when I was here, it was, you know, I was here with my father and then my siblings and all were left in Liberia. Okay. But that's, you know, my background in terms of where I come from. I travel to Liberia. I go to Africa quite a bit. I mean, I love Africa. Right. I mean, I travel the world. I go, you know, everywhere, but of course I go home all the time. Yeah. But in addition to being a producer, a filmmaker, and a storyteller, I'm an executive at Ernst & Young, EY. It's one of the top 4 accounting firms in the world. Yeah. And I'm an executive there, and I meet people from all over the world. I'm in IT. I'm an IT nerd as well, a creative and an IT nerd. Right. You know, so
I think for some reason I think that those two go hand in hand, because I'm starting to notice with the more people I talk, it's like most of us are either computer engineers, some sort of techie engineers, and then we have this creative edge that we just can't shake off. In all honesty,
we need that creative edge so we can live, because the technical piece just kind of takes so much out of us. Yeah, I feel like your creative piece feeds us. Yeah, you know, gives us fuel to continue to do the technical aspects of our careers as well.
Definitely. You took the words out of my mouth, because I always consider this kind of stuff like therapy. It's almost like at that point you kind of shut everything down, you go into a different zone, so when you come back you're fully refreshed. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, so the movie is actually airing. It's opening here in Houston at a specific location. Give us the location again. The name of the venue.
Pearland, a Studio Movie Grill Theater. Okay. It's in Pearland, in Houston. So yeah, that's the place.
And then that is a chain, right? That is a chain.
Yeah. Oh, it's a chain. Right. Okay. Yeah, let me tell you something real quick. So when we first started with a few theaters, I was kind of like, I want to be in 50 theaters, you know, like, yeah. And so now I'm preparing to send the drive. So when you prepare to do a theatrical release, for those of you who are producers out there, you have to send the movie drive to each of the locations that's going to be having your movies. Right. And each of those drives, just want to just throw it out there, costs $100 or so to send. So they kind of get the movie ready. They transfer into what they call DCP, is like this digital format that they use for theaters. Yeah. and send that there. And so I was kind of like, dang. And then you have to ship it, you know.
Right.
So I was like, okay, maybe, you know, we'll just start with a few.
There you go. Yeah, and which you actually touched on something that probably, if you don't mind, and that's actually good information, especially for those who are movie makers or aspiring movie makers. Kind of take us very briefly through the process of from a budget perspective of the inception of the movie and then to the final stage of it.
Yeah.
Like, what would the numbers look like, somewhat?
So it can vary. I mean, these days with people's phones and phones being able to capture amazing footage, you know, don't get too scared about budgets, right? When it comes to producing a movie or a project, but you definitely need, you know, in terms of a movie, you got a script. If you write the script, it's easier. If somebody else writes it, more than likely you need to pay them. Some people would take payment after you sell your product, you know, or your project, you know, but you know, you get a script. You start to put together a director or some actors, you know, who it is that you want to be a part of your project. And then those actors and directors come with their fee as well. Right. So, but if you let's say your budget is $100,000, more than likely, you know, you have to have your pre-production. That's all the in front of the line, like, you know, above the line stuff. So script, director, like and producers pay. Right. That's like stuff you can't take away.
Yeah,
and,
soundtrack,
actors,
music, licensing. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So then you go into, you know, your actors, transportation, you start getting into all that. That's the production. You get the cameras, you know, that's like the actual production piece. Then post-production.
Indeed.
Sound, the editing, the music. So now music comes in post-production where you have to pay for your licensing of your music. And luckily I was able to license music from real, you know, artists.
There you go.
And then even the photos that's used in the project, I licensed those from photographers just to give them credit. I really wanted a high quality production, Gil, and I hope you guys see that we put a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, for us not being a big Hollywood production, you know, we put a lot of money into this product. Definitely. But we put a lot of money into the sound, making sure it sounds very good, editing, even the trailer. You know, we went with a Hollywood studio company that produces trailers, so people can see like this project was very well thought out. You know what I'm saying, and we want you to just put our best foot forward, right? Have that Black excellence that we all preach and want to see in our projects. Yeah, and being an African, it was really important for me to have a product that's up to par with any production out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we're competing globally and that we're representing the culture, which is the diaspora culture at its highest and its best form. So, Lotten, it's been a great pleasure having you. And remember, the Diaspora Central is home for you. You can always join us whenever you want to. If you have anything going on, don't hesitate to give us a call. Any shout outs that you want to give before we let you go?
Just my team, you know, the director, Mark, Marvin, my producers, Latoya, just everybody that helped, you know, all the actors, Kenneth and Dawn Kenny, our lead actress. There's, you know, like I said, there's people that took a chance. There are people that are not seasoned actors, but they wanted to help and be a part of this project. My marketing folks, you know what I'm saying? Martine, my marketing lady, PR folks she's from Haiti. And her name is Martine Charles, and she works with Egregio, you know, just amazing people. There's a whole team. Everybody is just really helping to push this project because they were so passionate about this story. Like they love this story and know that this story is going to change lives. Yeah. And so that's it. I want to just thank everybody for believing and supporting me on this journey.
Yeah, no, definitely great, Lotten. Thank you again for joining us. And remember, for all of you watching this show, go check out the movie. Go check it out. It's a very good movie, and you definitely should support it. It's going to be played at a lot of cities. The website that you can go to is...
so the L10group.com.
Okay.
Check it out, and we'll kind of keep things updated there. But yeah, if you just search for Hyde Park or just look up the L10 Group. So the THEL and then 10 group.
The number 10, right? All right, and there you have it. So remember, if we don't do it for ourselves, no one else will. So support it and make sure that you check it out and give us a review. Let us know what you think. So Lotten, until next time, you take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Gil. Thank
definitely.
you so much
Take
again.
Care.